I monetized my YouTube channel in 30 days and then I quit on day 31 because there were haters in my comments. Back then, I let the judgment of other people control my life so much that after working incredibly hard for something that I had wanted for a really long time, I threw it all away. But since then, I've built my confidence enough to model for huge companies and get my face in stores across the country. I've been flown out to model outside of the country. I've given speeches in front of people with far more prestigious careers than me. And most importantly, I've built a life for myself where I am surrounded by people who truly love all of me. And let's not forget, I've started YouTube again. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to stop caring so much about what other people think that it controls your life so that you can have your power back and stop just bending over backwards trying to not get people to be mad at you or not get people to judge you, because that is just a waste. I'm going to be talking about your biology, your beliefs, and your backup, because those three things can either make you give far too many fucks or they can make you not give a fuck at all so that you can just live your life fearless, doing whatever you want to do. At the end, I will wrap up by sharing the one realization that really made all of the other things click in my brain. It was the last piece in the puzzle for me that led me from going, I don't know, maybe that's good for other people and other people can do that, to finally understanding that no, Dasha, you can do this. You can also be carefree and not care so much what other people think. The last realization made that a reality for me. So let's jump right in and get started with number one, your biology. Our brains are not wired for our success. Our brains are wired for our survival. So what does that mean? Back before we had all the stuff that we have now, we were just fighting to stay alive. Like that was our daily goal. Think about animals out in the wild. Their goal is to eat, to sleep, to poop, and to not die. That's what their life revolves around. And to make babies. That's important too. And we were no different. We're animals too. So survival is what our brains are wired for. How do you survive? You avoid threats to your life. You avoid threats to your life. You avoid dying. You avoid danger. So our brains are wired to detect danger, and it makes that danger seem even more dangerous because it wants you to get the heck out of there. How does that relate to now? Because obviously the danger of other people judging us is not going to kill us. At one point in time, it might, because it is impossible to survive out in the wild by yourself. It is very difficult, and it's highly unlikely that you will live if you are not living amongst a community of people. So our brains are afraid of being rejected by our community, by our society, because our brain still thinks that means death. So it's not all the way your fault that you are so afraid of judgment. But the good thing is that we have the power to rewire our brains. Your brain is not your master. You are. So anytime your brain is saying something to you or it's sending off alarm bells about something, you don't have to freak out. You don't have to respond in an emotional way. You can say, brain, thank you for doing your job. Thank you for doing your job and for trying to keep me safe. I appreciate you. I'm just going to put you in the passenger seat where you belong because I'm driving this bitch, okay? I'm controlling this car, okay? And the way that you do that is just taking a pause. If you can take bigger and bigger pauses in between when your brain thinks something and when you respond or when you start beating yourself up, it will help more and more, because then you can start asking yourself just one simple question. Is that true? When somebody says some bullshit, just, is that true? Growing up, people used to tell me I was a bitch. Oh, I thought you were a bitch. Oh, you think you're too good. You think you're too good for us. And I'm just sitting here minding my business like, where did they get this shit from? I've never even talked to you. I used to be shy. I didn't talk to anybody. So how did they take something from here and then take it and make it into something something completely opposite of what it was, because I definitely didn't think that I was all that in a bag of chips. I actually thought that I was very insecure back then. But because I was so insecure, people labeled me a bitch because I didn't talk to people. So if somebody tried to come to me now, because I still have my shy moments, come to me now and try to be like,
you think you're better than us.
Then I go, is that true? No, it's not true. I don't think I'm better than anybody. And as a matter of fact, the reason that they're saying that is probably because they have something going on within themselves that they have not addressed. And that has nothing to do with me. So take the time to pause and ask yourself the question, is that true? Where's that coming from? And that'll address the problem, the little problem that we have with our biology. Okay, on to the next. Your beliefs. Let's just say I was walking down the street one day and someone looks over to me and they say,
oh my God, your freaking pink skin looks so nasty. I just can't even stand to look at you.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, say what? Pink skin. I'm not going to think twice about what that person is saying. I'm going to be like, that person is crazy. Clearly, they have something going on, because what are they talking about? When you know something to be true, clearly my skin is brown. It's not pink. When you know something to be true about yourself, nobody can tell you anything different. And if they do try to tell you something different, you're going to look at them like they're the crazy ones. You're not going to doubt yourself. You're not going to go into, oh my God, what do they think about me? How do I fix my skin? You're not going to do any of that. You're going to say they have a problem and I'm clearly perfectly fine. You're not going to listen to what they have to say. And the reason that you're not going to listen to anything that they are saying, the reason that you're going to look at them like, oh my God, you're crazy, is because you know the truth. And if you know the truth, you're not going to waste time, energy, emotional effort thinking about some bullshit that somebody else said. You're just going to keep walking through life knowing your truth. So why is it different when somebody says something about you? The reason it's different is because you don't know yourself. You don't believe in who you are, or you believe things about yourself that are not kind. You believe what they said about you. The only reason that what other people say about you impacts you so much is because there's a part of you that believes that's true. Squash that shit. Squash it. If for whatever reason you feel like it really is true, maybe they say you're an asshole and you're like, I am an asshole, and you don't want to be an asshole, guess what? It's in your power to fix it. You choose. That's the beauty of this life that we live in, this world that we get to live in. You choose who you want to be every single day by what you do, what you don't do. And if there's a part of you that you don't like, you have the opportunity to fix it. And even at that point, if there's something about yourself that you don't really, you're like, oh, whatever, I love myself, but there's this one thing about me that's not my favorite thing, you'll be like, okay, that's part of me, or I'm working on that thing. I already know, thanks. And next, you know what I'm saying? If you know who you are, if you are confident in who you are, if you know that you are even working on yourself, nobody is perfect. There's not a person on this planet who is perfect. If you've gotten to the point where you embrace your imperfections and you love yourself and you know who you are, it's not going to matter what other people have to say about you. It doesn't matter who they are. If you're saying, but I don't know myself, I don't love myself, I don't even know how to do that. 1, subscribe to my channel because I will be talking a lot about that. But 2, for the short term, for right now, get off electronics, sit somewhere, and let your thoughts just run. Get a journal if you need to, but take some time to sit with yourself. How are you supposed to know who you are if there's always something in your ears, if you're always talking to someone, if you're always doing something, if you're always watching something? It's going to be hard to know who you are if you don't take the time to know yourself on the inside. So take some time, step away, and understand who you are and who you want to be, because chances are that who you want to be and the people that you admire, that is who you are. That's why you admire that person. You just haven't recognized it within yourself yet. So maybe sit with yourself, spend some time with yourself. Again, we're definitely going to go way deeper into that on this channel. So subscribe. The third thing I want you to look at is, who is your backup? What does your backup look like? What do I mean by that? Family, friends, therapists, mentors, siblings, teachers, whoever it is, they can make or break you if you let them. And the way that you don't let them is with your boundaries. If there's someone who is speaking to you in a way that makes you feel less than, you have to put boundaries in place so that they do not continue speaking to you like that. You need to use your voice. You need to stand up for yourself. And you need to let them know that's not how I expect to be treated. If they continue treating you that way, then that means they've decided to opt out of your life. They are not obligated to you. They are not entitled to you and to your life. I don't care if they are blood. If somebody is making you feel less than, if someone does not support your dreams, if someone does not support who you are, does not like who you are, is always bringing you down, you need to create boundaries. If you don't just want to immediately cut them out, then you need to create boundaries. Again, something else we'll talk about more on this channel. But if the boundaries don't work and they continue to cross them, then that means you need to feel comfortable enough to cut them out of your life. You can't always control what randos on the internet or whoever else, people at school, people that you have to interact with, you can't always control how much interaction you have with them, but you can definitely 100% control your inner circle and who has access to you. So as much as you can, you got to put boundaries in place. You have to protect yourself and surround yourself with the proper backup. People who love you, people who believe in you, people who speak life into you. Because the reality is that we are going to care what some people think, but we can choose who we allow to have that impact on us. I'm married to a very, very beautiful man. I care what he thinks about me, and he loves the shit out of me. So if other people don't, it's like, well, my husband does. My best friend does. My friend from high school does. So why would I be concerned about you? Who are you? I don't know you. I don't care. I don't care. And honestly, because I love me so much, if you don't love me, then that means I don't know what's going on with you. That means you're not someone that I want to be around anyways. Because I'm dope. And if you can't see that, then something's wrong with you. Not me. Not my problem. Okay. Is that bad? I don't think that's bad. I think it's great, actually. I used to think it was bad. That was my problem. That's why I cared too much about what people thought, because I didn't want to be an asshole, and I was so concerned with being nice. Fuck being nice. Honestly. Nice people don't get shit but walked over. You can have a kind heart and be a good person without having the mask of niceness. You know what I mean? Anyways, what made all of this click for me? Clearly, we're all online. Hello, you're here. I'm here. We're here together. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We're all here online. We all look at comments. We've all seen people comment nasty stuff on other people's videos, pictures, whatever. Pay attention to what people are commenting on there. It can be the most positive video with a beautiful, kind person, maybe an animal or something. The kindest, most beautiful, perfect, sweet, whatever person, and someone's still gonna have some shit to say. Someone's still gonna be in the comments saying something negative. If that beautiful angel of a puppy or whatever can't escape negative criticism and haters, what makes you think you're going to? And you still look at that puppy, you go, that puppy's great. That person's great. I don't know what this person is talking about. And just because something says something ugly about them doesn't mean that it's true. You look at that person the same way if somebody said my skin was pink and I'm looking at them crazy. When someone's commenting nasty stuff on these really kind people's videos, you look at them like, what is wrong with you? Who hurt you? Go touch some grass. Go do something, like meditate. Like go do some yoga or something. Drink some water. Are you good? Do you need a snack? You need a Snickers? It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how great it is. It doesn't matter how bad it is. There's always going to be people who think it's the most amazing thing ever. And there's always going to be people who think it's the worst thing ever. And the beauty in life is when you realize that neither one matters, honestly. None of it has anything to do with who you are, because none of them really know you. The good things that people say, take it with a grain of salt. The bad things that people say, take it with a grain of salt. And then you ask yourself the question, is it true? And you don't have to judge yourself for the answer. You don't have to judge the answer. It's not good or bad, it just is. And then you get to choose what to do with it from there. It's really none of your business what people think about you. It's none of your business what people think about you. And once you understand that, once you understand everything that I talked about in this video, you will be invincible. And the only person who will be able to fuck with you is you. The only person who will be able to hold you back is you. And then that's going to be a whole other situation, honestly, because man, don't we self-sabotage sometimes. It gets a little crazy. It gets a little crazy. Something else that we will be talking about. So if you want to learn how to not self-sabotage and what to do once you get to that point of being like unfuckwithable and invincible to everybody except for yourself, hit the subscribe button because we're going to be talking about it all. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. I've missed y'all. I've been so scared to come back. But anyways, we'll talk about that more later. I love you guys. Please let me know if this was helpful. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love you. Bye.
Watch the next video or not. It's up to you. Either way, I'm glad I got to spend this time with you.